Hi everybody, well, it's Christina again. This time I'm going to talk about my eyes. Eyes, gosh, you know, I started talking about eyes probably over a year ago, maybe a bit longer than that. And I was quite frivolous about it really, saying, gosh, I'm really worried about eye makeup and all that kind of stuff that women think of. But it's been much more serious than that. But I wanted to discuss with you what I've done, where I am, and what you can work with to help it. Cataract surgery, if you've got to do it, you've got to do it. I did it. I had a Dr. Slomovic who was not necessarily the easiest doctor to work with, although he was the top of his profession. Was it me? I didn't necessarily get a lens that was really the right one. However, you know, you have to work with what you got, and I guess that's what I've done, because I don't really want to change it, because changing it could be even worse. But I've learned along the way many things to do to help my eyes and to help what I have to go through. I've learned, which I think I said earlier, macular degeneration. You know, I didn't even actually know how to pronounce it, and I didn't know what it was. Well, it's pretty serious. You have to have an injection in your eye frequently or infrequently, depending on the doctor. I'm not awfully good. I don't always turn up because I find it horrific. Somebody coming at me with a needle in my eye. Does it help? Yes, I think it does help. I've got other things that I've been doing that I think have helped more, that I want to talk to you about. But I also have got some products that I wanted to show you. I also found out I have a dry eye syndrome. Who knows these things? I didn't know what that was. Did I think I had it? Well, the doctor, a lovely lady doctor, saw it when she does all her examinations. I felt my eyes were sometimes maybe a bit sticky in the morning, if I can describe that, but I didn't know what dry eye syndrome was. However, I sure do now. I know a lot of things about eyes, and that's why I really wanted to do this segment on eyes, because I think it's, as they say, straight from the horse's mouth. It's from me. It's what I've learned. And what I have learned, I think, applies to an awful lot of people. For eyes, there is this vitamin I've found, been told about. And it's omega-3. It's specifically for eyes. So it's pretty easy to get anywhere. You know, any good health food store. It's 2 pills, 2 tablets twice a day. It's omega-3, so it's basically very good for your eyes and for your body as well. So that's one thing. I have another thing that was suggested, which I have to use regularly, at least 2 to 3 hours a day. It's by Hilo. Hilo is a lovely product. It's eye drops. You can have it either as a gel or as drops. And it keeps the eyes moist, which is, for me, important, but dry eye syndrome, I didn't know I had it. Maybe you need to find out. This one is, I wanted to show you how it looks so that you get an idea what you're buying. It's either in a gel or it's in liquid. I find either doesn't really matter to me. You have to use it regularly. You must do these things. You know, all this is for eyes as we get older. Another ingredient I was told, which who knows about this, is actually cleaning your eyes at night. Well, I didn't know that I had to. I put moisturizer on, I put oil on to get rid of them, clean them up. However, this is called, difficult to pronounce, blefelgel. And it's pads that you clean your eyes with after you've taken your makeup off. I'm opening it just to show you what it is. It's an unusual. And you squirt a little bit of this into one of the little, hold on, let me just get it out. There's like little pads that you clean your eyes with at night. And when you think about it, do we really get our eye makeup off? So it's putting a little bit of that on and wiping your eye, and then I use the other side and wipe the other eye. Because it's amazing, you don't necessarily get all your mascara off. And when you think about it, well, it's kind of maybe seeping into your eyes. I don't know which mascara is. I kind of stopped using mascara, but then I didn't like it because, you know, eyes are important for women, and they make you balance when you got mascara on. Without them, I found it was a bit empty somehow, which is a strange way to describe it. One other thing is an iPad. This lady doctor said I must use. generally twice a day for 5 minutes. Now it looks a bit weird, but you put it in the microwave, you heat it up, and it mustn't be boiling hot, but it has to be hot, and then you put it over your eyes. And you do that for about 5 minutes twice a day. It stimulates the glands in your eyes, okay? I didn't know all this stuff, but I do follow it religiously, because if I don't, eyes, my God, our eyes are so important. Now, I have one other thing that's happened to me. That sounds odd, doesn't it? My eyes, now, at my age, in my 80s, right, have actually improved. How can my eyes improve at this age? They've improved by 20%, which my eye doctor said, my gosh, you're a miracle. None of my patients improve. Now, why have they improved? I have been using something called red light therapy, and I've been using it maybe for about a year, primarily because my son suggested it, because he was using it on his, I don't know, some Achilles tendon or something, and I said, what's that? And his wife said, oh, they also say it's good for eyes. And I thought, well, I'll try, okay? So I'm just showing you what it looks like. So you switch it on here, and you have to hold it at arm's length, like that. And you do it between 8 and 9 in the morning, and you do it towards the light, and that is what they call circadian rhythm, which is when our energy is at its strongest and when we need it. So I've been doing this now for just over a year. I never really discussed it with the doctors because, you know, they're not that interested because it's not something that they're familiar with. And when I did mention it, nobody really wanted to hear about it. However, this lady doctor who had me on also something called biofeedback for my eyes, which I didn't quite understand, but you go into a box, a container, and you look at lights flashing in all different directions to see where your vision really is. And it stimulated my eyes. But, and I also told this lovely lady doctor about the red light therapy. And she said to me, that's very interesting. She said, because I've been part of the process in Canada about the benefits of red light therapy. So far, we don't have it on the Canadian health care system. And that probably being the reason is that it's not actually really, it's not new. This is not a new therapy, red light therapy. But it's definitely new for the eyes, but it's also very good for other areas of your body. It stimulates the area that you're working on. It actually can't really do you any harm, but I don't want to, now I have to tell you, this is what I do, right? I don't want anybody saying, oh, I did it and it didn't work. But it's taken me a long time. With red light therapy, you have to have patience. You have to do it on a regular basis. You don't do it, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll forget one day. It has to be consistent. Consistent with many things in our life, right? But health is essential. I want to talk about this particular machine. It's not really a machine, but it's the one that she said to me, by chance, is the best one. There is so much red light therapy out there, but the one thing about this company, which I will put down at the end of this little video, is that they answer your questions. You can contact them. Now, of course, it's not the cheapest, but she said it was particularly good, the one I was using. Now, I didn't know. I just got the one my son was using, and, you know, it actually comes from England. It's not straightforward. It takes a bit more time. It's not cheap. There are much cheaper ones on Amazon, but I don't think they are quite the same. You can't ask them, oh, it's not working, what should I do? There's no questions that you can continue on. So I've shown you what I've shown you, but I want to continue this because there's a lot more to it. Red light therapy is not something that you are gonna think, oh, I know everything. You've got to kind of read it up. And as I said, I'm just looking now. Some of it is, you have to be, it doesn't work immediately. This has taken me a year, maybe it wasn't as long as that, because the difference of the timing of when I started it and actually when I had the examination to see where my eyes were, and she was so surprised, was probably over a year. Now, how does it reflect now? I don't need glasses to read, but I put them on for reading things like the New York Times. It depends on the print. But my glasses are from shoppers. They can't give me glasses that are special and fancy shoppers. They're from the pharmacy, in case shoppers is not somewhere in the States or the UK. So they are like, I don't know, 2 5s, 3s, something like that. They're sufficient for me. If I watch a play or if I'm in the theatre, I like to put sunglasses on. I know it sounds funny. I don't like bright lights. I don't like fluorescent lights. Lights on cars, unfortunately now we have all those halogen lights. They're much brighter than they were. The yellowy lights are much easier. However, I don't really drive that much at night, and when I do, it's not really a big issue. It's not like, oh God, I can't drive. I can. You know, and it's also hard to judge for yourself as to how the changes happen because they're so slow. I can't say to you, oh, you know, in April it was better, or December it was the same, or I can't do that. All I know is that, and particularly from the lady doctor, they've improved 20% at my age. It's phenomenal. But I don't want you to rush out and buy necessarily all that I'm saying. I want you to think about what I'm saying. Macular degeneration, not good, right? The lens for the cataract surgery, not a plus, right? And here I am talking to you, and the dry eye syndrome. There's always something, please God, no more. I just feel that I really wanted to talk to you about this because to me, eyes are not only the mirror of your soul, they are so important. I mean, think of how, you know, we take them for granted, don't we? They're there, sitting in our head. Oh, that's okay, but it's not okay. I have never given them enough care, and I probably don't think any of the people that are watching do either. So just to remind, dry eye, omega-3s, essential. And also the eye drops, terrific. And ladies, maybe cleaning your eyes with that stuff. I hope you can see it. I'm not particularly familiar with it. How much was it? About $30, something like that. These are about 25. This is about 30, something like that. Because it's nice to know what you're in for. None of this stuff is particularly cheap, but tell me, it works. So I had, one thing on the red light. Yeah, it's expensive. It was 186 pounds, English pounds, so that is expensive. But I don't want you to go into this quite yet. I want to talk further about it, but I think there's only so much I can say right now. And I just wanted to thank you for listening or watching, and think about your eyes, and I will be back soon. Bye.